We sleepwalk through life by following the path set by others and doing what we're told without thinking. We adopt beliefs from our communities, not by choice. This causes us to become strangers to ourselves. Inside us is wisdom from life experiences, but it remains untapped due to social conditioning that teaches us to think like others. No one can be you better than you. If you don't claim your wisdom, it's lost. Extraordinary thinkers tap into their wisdom. They embody their true selves rather than copying others. They are geniuses in being most like themselves. Once awakened, they share their thinking and change what's possible. The goal is to think independently, not just in reaction to others. Mindless rejection of norms is another conformity. True genius comes from within. It's time to wake up, reclaim our wisdom, and unleash our inner genius. Discard what we're taught for what we know to be true. Detox from mediocrity-producing programming. Allow our authentic selves to emerge. Gillian Lynn was hyperactive, labeled problem child. A doctor saw her gift, told her mother to enroll her in dance class. There, Lynn found her passion and talent. The story shows how nurturing natural skills unlocks potential. We should boost skills, not label people as deficient. Schools treat students passively, giving the same curriculum regardless of talents or interests. Students enjoy and perform better when learning matches their interests. Curiosity is lost in school. Empowering students helps them think independently. The author struggled to memorize for an exam, not understanding concepts. Education should develop potential, not just fill with facts. Memorization isn't real learning. Schools discourage independent thinking, creativity, and questioning. Exams presume absolute answers and permanent importance when life's complex questions have no fixed solutions. Students graduate unprepared for life's open-ended questions. Like snakes shed skins as they outgrow them, we outgrow careers, relationships, and beliefs, but often refuse to clear them. Staying the same is a choice, not the natural path. Shedding old skins allows new growth. Adding to life is easy, subtracting the old is hard, sunk costs, ego, fear of change. Ask what you'll lose shedding skin and what you'll gain. Growth requires discomfort. Our identity is constructed and limiting. We inherit identities and build on them through choices and perceptions, but identify too strongly with limits, freedom, and potential. Beliefs tend to become rigid and fuse with identity. We fall in love with our ideas and see criticism as a threat, limiting our ability to see other perspectives and understand complex truths. To grow, shed layers of old identity and belief. Become no one, release need to label and define yourself. See yourself as fluid, multidimensional versus static and one-dimensional. Engage those who disagree with understanding, not judge or persuade. Ask questions like what would make that view sensible? Look for the missing part of the elephant. Broaden thinking. Life subtractions, not additions, have shaped the author. Letting go of old identities, beliefs, and behaviors allows your true self to emerge. Staying stagnant risks losing potential and a life unlived. We struggle with ambiguity and complexity, preferring simple categories like good versus evil. But the reality is nuanced with grays between extremes. Even good things are not suitable for all people in all circumstances. We tend to see heroes/villains and oppressors/oppressed, but people and situations are complex, containing good and evil. Independent thinkers can consider multiple perspectives simultaneously, embrace contradictions and oppositions rather than resolve them, and realize that light is both wave and particle. Education promotes binary thinking, teaching certainties and one-dimensional answers. But the world is ambiguous and complex. Certitudes replace thinking and understanding and create divisions. It's better to keep an open mind, loosely hold opinions, entertain thoughts without accepting them, and realize truths depend on time and context. What's closer to right today may be closer to wrong tomorrow. Rather than committing to a single view, entertain multiple ideas. Reduce attachment to any one opinion. Add counter-melodies rather than sing a single melody. Dance to surprising rhythms rather than march to a beat. Contradictory thoughts can dance together. The ability to hold opposing ideas at once is intelligent. Reality emerges when we set aside binary thinking and see the continuum between extremes. Answers change depending on circumstances. Avoid rigid categories. Embrace nuance and complexity. Keep an open and flexible mindset. Loosely hold onto beliefs and be willing to change them. Consider multiple perspectives rather than insisting on a single truth. Humans divide into tribes over arbitrary distinctions. Once in a tribe, we develop loyalty to our tribe and bias against others. Tribalism can be dangerous, turning rivals into enemies, suppressing diverse thinking, and causing people to act against their interests. But tribes provide belonging and connection. Our tribal identity often fuses with our identity. We let the tribe determine what we think, say, and do. We follow the tribe's narratives instead of evidence. We reject those who don't conform to the tribe's norms. Although empathy can reduce tribalism, people tend to express more sympathy for those in their tribe. The more fused our tribal and personal identities become, the more empathy declines for outsider groups. We must aim to balance tribalism's pros and cons. Pursue truth over tribal allegiance. Develop empathy for all people, regardless of group. Value independent thinking and avoid conformity. See yourself as an individual first, a tribe member second. Break free of narrow tribal narratives. Promote understanding between tribes. Find common ground and shared interests or values. Appeal to our shared humanity. Work together on shared problems. Build relationships, not rivalries. Overcome prejudices through intergroup contact and cooperation. In summary, avoid an us versus them mindset. Think critically about your tribe's beliefs and be willing to dissent. Broaden your identity beyond any one group. And reach out to those in other tribes with empathy, finding common ground and working together where possible. Independent and cooperative thinking can help reduce harmful divisions. We have a tendency for in-group empathy, showing more compassion selectively towards members of our tribe. Intelligence does not prevent tribalism and stereotyping. Social media and algorithms have worsened tribalism by isolating us in echo chambers where our views become more extreme. Arguments signal membership in our tribe, not understanding other perspectives. To overcome tribalism, develop a strong self-identity separate from tribes. Engage with different perspectives instead of attacking them. See others as fellow humans, not opposing tribes. The Zulu ICU captures this, seeing humanity beyond labels. Beethoven composed despite deafness. He focused on fundamentals, combined chords/rhythms, and increased volume. Deafness allowed his genius to emerge. We live with constant information and opinions. We tune into other sounds instead of ourselves. Like Beethoven, turn down the volume on external voices to tap into our wisdom and creativity. Our attention is scarce and precious. It's under attack from notifications, media, and social media. These sap our attention and energy, leaving little for creative work or relationships. Protecting the watch is vital. Be selective and set boundaries. Reclaim attention through solitude, disconnecting from devices and distractions. Privacy lets our mind rest, recharge, and wander freely. This sparks insights and ideas. Creatives like Beethoven, Darwin, and Einstein relied on long solitary walks to stimulate thinking. Strengthen attention through meditation and mindfulness. These train our minds to focus and avoid distractions, improving daily focus. Even brief periods, 5 to 10 minutes a day, can help. Our attention is scarce yet constantly threatened. Protecting and strengthening engagement through solitude, disconnecting, and mindfulness allows creativity and wisdom to emerge, like Beethoven's deafness enabling his genius. Turning down external voices helps us tune into our inner voice. We limit ourselves through self-imposed beliefs and assumptions we adopt from others. Recognize and question these limitations. Replace shoulds with what you want. Don't let others define your potential. Their advice says more about them. With work, close doors open. Take bold action even if others say you can't. Stand confident when others criticize your growth. Say, I'm evolving. Watch me. Tap your inner wisdom. Practice strategic procrastination. Take breaks. Play stimulates insights. Creating art is meaningful. Share your work. Don't let fear of self-promotion stop you. It's starting a conversation, not boastfulness. Stay humble but spread your message. Judging people by outcomes beyond their control is misguided. We always want more, but enough is critical. Be careful what you measure. It can distort behavior. Question options. Make your own. The best isn't on the menu. Have a clear why and guiding principles. Say no to what doesn't matter. Take chances. You'll learn and grow. Most don't experiment to find what they want. Identify what you're testing and define failure/success. Change approach based on results. Life is ordinary days, not milestones. While freedom seems appealing, we have unmet desires for adventure and meaning. Your purpose evolves, but you choose directions. Noteworthy accomplishments often result from persistence, not passion or talent alone. Put one foot in front of the other. Meaning, not status or money, is critical. Learn from rejection. It shows a better path. Does this summary accurately reflect the critical perspectives and ideas in the original passages? Let me know if you want me to clarify or expand on any summary part. Consume less, create more. We read and consume information simultaneously but lack reflection and creation. Balance consumption with producing your work. Criticism is easy, creation is hard. Complaining and criticizing are simple, but difficult to build something valuable and meaningful. Focus on creating rather than just criticizing. Small actions matter. We think we need grand gestures to make a difference, but small acts of creation and kindness accumulate over time. Even minor acts can have huge impacts, as shown by the story of the nurse gifting boots. Lack of expertise can boost creativity. Experience in a field, while valuable, can limit imagination. Beginners aren't constrained by conventional wisdom and see new possibilities. Sarah Blakely, with no experience, created Spanx. Create to contribute value. Produce work that provides value to others and makes a positive difference. Even improving on existing ideas or remixing the work of others is a creative act. But ultimately, share your unique voice and gifts with the world through creation. Consume to inspire creation. While overconsumption is problematic, consuming great work can also boost. Find sources that spark new ideas and fuel your imagination. Then build upon what you finished to make something new. Reflection and revisiting boost creativity. Looking at the familiar anew and making unexpected connections are crucial parts of the creative process. Please step away from problems to gain perspective, then revisit them with fresh eyes. In summary, achieving a balance of consumption and creation, focusing on value creation over criticism, and reflective revisiting ideas are keys to boosting creativity and sharing your best work with the world. Consume to inspire, reflect to gain insight, then create to contribute. The author built a billion-dollar fashion company despite having no experience or formal training in business or fashion. Her ignorance of conventional wisdom and industry norms allowed her creativity to flourish unrestrained. Stay focused on your priorities and vision rather than what others are doing or what you've done in the past. Knowledge should inform but not limit you. Share your ideas and creations, even if they seem obvious. Obvious insights seem apparent only after someone has articulated them. Small acts of product can have significant impacts. A lack of knowledge or experience can fuel creativity. Don't let a lack of credentials or expertise stop you. Stay focused on what matters to you rather than getting distracted by doubters. Criticism is inevitable, but we cannot let fear of criticism stop progress. Meaningful work will always face backlash, but we must continue creating despite potential criticism. Progress depends on persevering in the face of setbacks. Seek validation from within rather than depending on external approval. No one can take your purpose or vision away if you feel your motivation internally. Mistakes and imperfections are part of the creative process. Prolific creators fail often. Learn from your failures instead of viewing them as permanent defeats. Success results from continuous dedication and effort over time, not an overnight phenomenon. Mastery and progress require persistence. Focus on developing your authentic voice and vision. Refrain from imitating other successful creators or relying on simplistic formulas. Your unique voice is the source of genuine creative power. The key message is that creativity requires courage, persistence, and nurturing your inner vision. External validation and perfection are fleeting goals. The rewards of creativity come from continuous progress toward mastery and sharing your authentic voice with the world. Don't assume questions are settled or you have the absolute truth. Science is based on recognizing our ignorance and that there is always more to learn. We should aim to actively challenge our beliefs based on new evidence, not stick rigidly to them. The way we frame questions strongly influences the answers we get. Ask open-ended questions that presume a lack of understanding, not ones that can be answered yes or no. For example, ask, "What problems are you facing?" rather than "Are you facing any problems?" Admitting you don't know something requires courage, humility, and openness to growth. "I don't know" is the only path to proper understanding. Some important questions have no final answers but shape us through consideration. Gaining quick answers is not the goal. Uncertainty allows us to grapple with questions that shape our thinking. Important questions like "Are you who you want to be?" have no final answers but require patience. Look beyond what's popular or convenient, which often appeals to the lowest common denominator. Seek unconventional perspectives that challenge assumptions. Independent thinking requires searching independently. Success stories and formulas for success are misleading without seeing the failures and luck behind them. Question information from gatekeepers and look for full context. Success is often circumstance as much as skill. Expert predictions are unreliable and frequently wrong. While providing an illusion of control or certainty, the future remains unpredictable. Trust your judgment over bold forecasts. Worrying about the future wastes energy on what you can't control. Accept uncertainty and remain open to possibility. What shapes life is often unplanned and unforeseen. Flexibility and adaptation are essential. The overall message is to maintain an open and questioning mindset. Rely on your thinking rather than accepting what's popular, what gatekeepers promote, or what experts predict. The future is uncertain, so stay flexible and adaptable. Ask deep questions and embrace not having all the answers. The key takeaways from the sources are: live intentionally and take action to improve your circumstances. Don't remain passive or apathetic. Be skeptical of inauthentic messages online aimed at generating money or influence rather than providing real value. Refrain from making assumptions about how the future will unfold based on current trends or technologies. Experts often need help to predict how technologies or events will transform the world in the long run. Accept that profound change and uncertainty are inherent parts of life. Growth and transformation, like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, involve digesting the old to create something new. The future still needs to be written. We need insight into how lives may change or what technologies may emerge in the coming centuries. The overarching message is that we should live purposefully while embracing uncertainty and change, avoid passive or apathetic mindsets, and not make overly confident assumptions about how the future will unfold based on current knowledge or trends. The future often remains unpredictable. Change is the only constant in life. To grow into our full potential, we must be willing to transform into new versions of ourselves, which requires letting go of old forms of identity and stability. Though difficult, embracing uncertainty and change allows us to spread our wings and become who we're meant to be.